So, I'm looking over everything and I'm seeing that, like I watched, Stevie Nicks 1983, and I was like, I wonder who her first husband was. So my ex-husband was 1983. And if she's a Nick and doing the white, they're not really supposed to wear white. The Narcy guys get black clothing. You know, they won't be like nice to anyone, or like they're sand pooling, and then the other ones are totally panning. Oh, um, so I wouldn't pan back, but well, actually, I'm not even bringing that. I know that's not as much. I already know that. I know that 100%. I know that. Already went over the three, and then on the Declaration of Independence one, somebody ate. But what if all that could have been avoided, and they could have had, like, their way about whatever, but like good, wholesome immigration without them using, what do you call it? Only the narcissists and the drugs are off in age groups and all that kind of stuff. What if that would have been the case? Then a lot of people could. So I was saying, I'd go back and ride out a volcano any fucking day. I would. That's me. Yep. Heck, my dad's now closer to a volcano. I'd do it. You know, if they say the apple doesn't fall too far to the tree, even though it really, really does with me, I could still ride out a volcano. Yeah. But after I broke up with this other one, I said I saw purple. Kilauea went off big time. I think it was Kilauea and then a couple other things, and the news media wasn't talking about, even like when Krakatoa went off, they weren't bringing that up. So that part, because people have acted, I guess, wrong, but it's mostly the hospitals being ridiculous too. You have to remember that they can't be that ridiculous with people. And they can't just say that only one group, whatever, shall pass. What are you saying? That's like a whole group of people. So if I was to go write it out, it wouldn't be the frontliner, but I would just be like, I'm gonna jungle it. Because I know where the jungle is. And it isn't in Africa. Guess what? The jungle's not in Africa. But then when I was like, why are they trafficking the people from whatever? They think that if they take a different race, they could prevent it? That's that doesn't make any sense. If you know something's gonna happen, come on. Also, for the other thing where that they keep sucking out the money on the fear thing, that could end up in actually a bad situation, that I do not like to talk about, maybe nuclear or whatever. I live near Yucca, so you would take potassium iodine. Also, for those people that are really, really bad about the clothing things, always talking to that dead guy in Underworld. Um, None of the people that I met in the star industry, or people that have a fancy with the little triangle things that talk like Toms or whatever, know what the hell I'm talking about. They do not know. They always say that they're the 21 of uh, Daniel, like they were the baby that came out. Well, if they're the baby that came out and all this really bad stuff is happening, what are you saying about them real babies? And they're fake storks then, right? Yeah. So that is bad, and they need to quit it, because it's not like you're gonna get anywhere. Um, it's just terrible. It's just really sad. Um, Really bad too. So I just noticed, I was like, why is she wearing white though? If she's the one that whatever. And the ones that kind of like were offset, like I noticed that constantly they were sending their antebellum girls before their necks that would run off these narcissistic type dudes, so that so that they finally just kind of settle and they don't just want to be like, hey mom, will you throw my ex-girlfriend in the hospital? Yeah, I'll do that for you, sweetie. Would you like a pizza? Shut the fuck up, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you? And all their friends who are like preparing for the end of the world with twigs. They're like, oh yeah, we got like 2 guns and then we pawned everything else because we can't stop getting high. I'm like, whoa. I guess that last gram really taught you how to be military. So, to make it a little bit easier to understand, I wonder, and I hope I'm wrong, if there is one, because they were also, I can't say it would be also just like Mexico, maybe it's Mammoth. They were running mono for a long time. Yeah, and drilling into a side of a volcano. Mammoth is south. This is where they said they smelt a lot of sulfur too. South California. Yeah. So the companies that had, if you really review all their stuff from all over the world, they really have no interest in you not having bodily harm. And so I understand their fears naturally here in the United States. I really do. I understand it. I know they have no fucking reserve for it. They have none. But for some reason, you say that somebody has the ability to be countless numeral nurses, brought Jesse around, which is like you fight a bunch of fucking nurses that are just like trying to call you crazy, but they're basically debilitating you in a sense so that you can't preach or tell the truth or stuff like that. I would totally do vans with that. I would. It would be, of course, Tom had to be in that one too, where he's the evil guy. They tried to, it's just, it doesn't work out. Like, if it's gonna be done, it's gonna be done on righteousness and not your narcissistic ass. That whole original line, because the other side would lose their leg too. You know what I mean? Trying to do piano with it. Both sides would lose their leg on that corn. So I think you're a jerk for that. Okay. Anyways, but other than that, God bless. I know that some of them were like running, like saying, like, I think it seemed like a purple coming off for like my sister-in-law from my exes, that she was gonna ride from ride from Alaska all the way to somewhere in South America. It's like, why are you gonna go past Mexico? It's like, what the hell is going on? So I'm wondering if that was, because that would be about 40 years. 40 years would be about right. Yeah. There's always that freeway. That freeway in Israel is always a 40. Like Highway 40 or something like that. Okay. I think this delivers enough messages. If you don't believe that I'm a believer, then go peace out and piss on your own luck. And if you don't believe that possibly the pandemic was caused because nobody was telling the truth about something, then go piss out your own luck. Piss on your own luck. And that possibly more lives would be saved other ways if you keep using the same people to give money to that kind of maybe will rob you, because they say they're gonna help them, but they're like gonna let them like whatever. Yeah, they're just gonna get high and not even care if they live or die. So anyways, I don't like, if you really would want to ride out a chicken, I mean ride out a volcano, I'd do it. I would. I ain't gonna lie. And the redhead ones that are over, who gave me the picture? that are doing it are messing with you. The ones that are over the age of, like, I got the old Mickey Mouse and the little kid one. The ones that are just doing it to do it, you know, makeup stuff, like go on an artsy channel, all of a sudden the dates changed. Okay. About the time of the youth is when they died. It doesn't make them a big baby because they're really artistic in line too. But that means you just avoid them until that time is done.